Hey you, it's me, Curtis P. Hello everyone and welcome to another Sims 4 room building video. Today we're adding on to the house that we've been kind of building in a number of other room building videos, and today we're adding the entrance slash living room area of this house. So I really like the way this sort of turned out. It's a bigger room, sort of like one of the main rooms in the home here, but I think it's awesome because it's kind of like a living room area. It's also an awesome sort of little office area, I guess is what you could call it. So it worked out really nice. We have the sunken sort of living room area as well. So you get this sort of two different areas. You get like sort of an entrance area, and you get like an office space, and you get a living area, but it's all one big open room. So it looks awesome, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. You can see here I'm adding in a couple of different pieces, including the foundation, which we sort of raised up the house to add here. That, of course, is a key piece for the sort of split level that's going on inside of the living room. So it's kind of a fun thing that you can add inside of the game. So, and it's also pretty simple to do. All you have to do is sort of create a room inside of the room and then delete the floor out of it. So you'll see me do that here in a couple of seconds, where I just sort of create a room out of, what is it? They're just some railing basically, and then I delete the floor that's inside of it, thus resulting in a lower split level, and then I add in my stairs so that the Sims can get between one of the two levels. So it's a really simple process to do. You can sort of do it in your own game if you want to, and it creates a really cool effect. So I love the way it sort of looks, and it sort of defines the room without really separating it, which is awesome. So it's one of the cool things there. Adding in a staircase here, so your Sims can get up to the perceived second floor, which of course will be added in the future. That other sort of arch there will open up into the dining room once I add it later on inside of the game. I just closed up the areas there that sort of let natural light in because I didn't want that to be in here when I was putting in lights and stuff, just because it wouldn't have created the proper lighting conditions. It's a little complicated to explain, but long story short, I wanted the most realistic lighting conditions I could have, and thus I needed to sort of close those off. Adding in the main office space here, I did something kind of fun. I sort of added, it was a desk, but also I used some cabinets at the same time to sort of create this mixed level sort of office space. I really like the way it turned out. The green, not really sure if I like the color of it, but I wanted something that popped, kind of like the kitchen has a red color, so I wanted the living room area to sort of have its own sort of color. I'm horrible at choosing colors, so I apologize if you're watching this and you're like, Curtis, why did you choose that color? Sorry, it was just one of the random colors that I decided to choose, so sorry about that. But as we continue on here, I'm adding in just some lights just so I can actually see the room for itself. There you get a really cool shot of the split level, which I've sort of added. I've also added these little walls on either side. Again, just to give it a little bit of a distinct sort of separation, but I still wanted it to be very nice and open at the same time. So also, I think I put some art on those, so it's kind of a cool opportunity to have some art sort of around the sort of living room area. Inside of the living room is kind of cool. I kind of created this little, it's sort of like a sectional, but obviously it's built out of 3 distinct couches, so it's kind of a fun effect, and it'll be awesome for Sims that love entertaining and stuff, so yeah. I tried playing around with the flooring here and just sort of tweaking it to get it to sort of have this, I wanted what happened was the wood to come in on both sides and then sort of have this diagonal separation, but I couldn't freaking get it to work, so I was like, scrap that idea, it's going to take way too long, so I just sort of skipped over that really quickly and fixed that. Though I couldn't fix, there are 2 tiles that are having wood going in the wrong direction. Sorry, I couldn't fix that. I don't know why I couldn't get it to go the right direction. It was bothering me, so sorry guys. Here you can actually see me add in the actually desk that I was talking about before. So you see I sort of chose that green color here. And then I sort of hide the legs of the desk inside of this, so it looks like the piece of glass is being suspended between each of the 2 cabinets, which is kind of a fun little addition there. Adding in some overhead cabinets, just some storage to make it look more office-y. And then I'm going to add a couple of different actual shelves underneath here for some more knickknacks and clutter-based items. Like I've said in other room building videos, clutter is awesome. You should add clutter into all of your rooms. It just makes it feel more realistic in the end. So, got our computer there, we got our stereo. I think I chose a different stereo. Yeah, I chose that stereo, the sort of older-looking stereo. So, throw that in there, throw a couple plants, throw some other stuff, the tissue box, because you always need to add that. It's a key part of any office space, obviously. Pens and papers and photos of fruit. The photos of fruit, a notorious theme that happens in all of our houses. I don't know why there's random photos of fruit, so thank you to the designers over at EA for including those, but hey, they make it into like every single one of my house building videos, so that's awesome. Adding in a nice little rug here underneath the main office space. I'm also going to add a chair there in the future and a bookshelf, so it's kind of like a little office area, sort of nestled over onto the one side. I was also playing around with TV sizes. I was like, do I do a big TV? Do I do a small TV? It's always one of those things, but I decided to go with just a regular size TV just because I didn't want to block out the windows here. It was one of those sort of compromises, like, do I do a big TV, but it blocks out a bunch of like the space that's sort of in the light that's coming in through the windows, or do I do a smaller TV? So chose the smaller TV, thought it was a better fit overall. Throwing in some couches here. This is a big couch, but I am going to swap it out for one of these little two-seaters just because it fits better. I created this sort of diagonal sort of seating area, and I really like the way that it turned out. I also put some little tables on the ends, so it's kind of a cool effect. I really wish I could put a sectional in there, but I obviously can't. I was also going to put a little table in the corner, but I just could not fit it. So I decided to put the tables on the end pieces, which is kind of cool. And I threw some plants on that later on. So I like the way it turned out. I think it would be a really cool place for your Sims just to sit down and watch TV. Probably a great place to entertain. If your Sims are into entertaining, that would be an awesome thing. Obviously, there's a bar in the kitchen already, which is super cool. If you haven't already watched that room building video, check it out. It's awesome. I've been sort of building room by room. I built a modern bedroom so far and a modern kitchen. So now we're in the modern living room. I have a bunch of other rooms to do, of course, but it's going to be awesome because once this is done, you'll be able to download the full house on the exchange. So it's kind of a different room house building video. I'm doing it room by room, video by video. So it'll be like a 10-part video or something in the end. I don't really know. I don't know, but hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hopefully it's fun. And you can obviously download these other two rooms already on the gallery. So if you want them and add them into your Sims world, you definitely can. It's kind of cool. Here's a final look at sort of how that sort of sectional area looks. A giant piece of rug on the floor. I love this rug because it has those like circles that are kind of coming out, and I thought it was really cool that it comes out from the coffee table and sort of emanates out. So it's kind of a fun effect, and obviously since you can scale rugs now, that was one of the added benefits inside of this. Adding in some plants here because I love plants inside of the game. I was thinking about putting these plants all along the windows, but I didn't want to block the windows, so I go back and forth from like putting plants in and taking plants out, and putting plants in and taking plants out. So there's this weird thing that I was going on. I was like recording this, I'm like, what do I want? So, and then I was going to put in 2 plants on either side, and I was like, I don't like that. It looks like there's too much going on. And then I was going to put tables, but I'm like, there's so many tables in this little space. Like, why do I have so many? Like, there was like 7 tables right there. Why? It was more like 5, but whatever. Plants, more plants. I was like, which plants? So I end up going back with these sort of like taller plants and then just having these accents on the corners as well. Adding in the bookcase here, another bookcase, and I think I'm going to end off by putting another chair in there too, so your Sims can just chill and relax. Painting here when you walk in, I thought it would be nice, and I love this painting. Switched over to the llama painting because we love llamas inside of The Sims 4, or just The Sims in general, so put that in there, and a couple of little accent lights. I didn't do anything too fancy with the lighting here, just kept these little, I guess they're kind of like pot lights, but I like them. They produce a really nice light, and so simple enough. Went with I think I would go with like a gray there, just to sort of match together all of the different flooring items. A nice little black framed photo frame there, and another plant in the corner here on either side. Actually, not those ones. Those ones are much better. They fit and look a little bit better. I also keep the green from the sort of office space and kind of put it into the chair there. I kind of like the way that looks. I think it looks kind of nice. It's a cool little area for your Sims to just relax in. I did, though, do something fun with the plants here and did like a plant wall, so it's a little bit different. I've never really done this before. I have a cool idea for like the second story that'll be right above this, so I think I'm going to carry the plant wall like all the way up, so it'll be like a 2-story plant wall, so hopefully it'll look good. We'll see in the end what it sort of turns out to be, but I like that. Here's one final shot of the room itself, guys, so don't forget you can download this and all of my other rooms on the gallery, so please check that out. Of course, if you enjoyed today's video and you want to watch more of my videos, please make sure to click that subscribe button and join the club. I make sure to produce Sims 4 videos all week, so click the subscribe button and join in all of the fun. You can also find a bunch of my videos. There are annotations on screen right now, links in the description down below if you're watching on mobile. And hey, if you really enjoy my content, please consider supporting me on Patreon. Every single dollar counts, so thank you very much, and hopefully you guys had yourself a great day. I'm gonna go work on some other Sims 4 content, so until next time, I'm Curtis Parody, and happy simming!